This screencast will cover the audience experience or session participant experience at sessions at Drupal GovCon Baltimore Camp 2020, the virtual conference event being held at the end of September. The primary tool that we will be using for video, audio, and screen sharing is Zoom. Each of our individual Zoom rooms can accommodate up to 300 participants. For those of you who are unable to access a Zoom room, either because the room is full or simply because your organization does not allow for the use of Zoom, we will also have an alternate video link, which will be made available through YouTube Live. I'm going to click over to our schedule here, and you can see that as a user that I'm logged in as, I don't actually have a ticket. So I'm logged in, but I don't have a ticket. That means that when I review the schedule, while I'll be able to view the entire schedule and even build my own schedule, I do not yet see primary and alternate video links. So until this user registers for the event, they will not have access to the links that will allow them to join the individual sessions. We will be adding those session links a little bit closer to the event. So if you're looking at the schedule now and you don't see any of those links, you can confirm that you do indeed have a ticket and know that as soon as those room links are added, you will be able to see them. So it's always a good idea to go ahead and just log in, use your My Account link, and then scroll down to registrations and confirm that you have a ticket for the 2020 event. As long as you have a ticket for the 2020 event, you will have access to all of the different room links that we will have. Let's go ahead and come back to our Zoom session here. I've connected to a Zoom room using a link that would have been provided to me from the schedule that allowed me to come in and join. I can join either with the Zoom application, or I can run this directly in my browser. Once in, I will have the ability to put in my username. Either if I'm logged in, certainly right, it grabs the username for the account, or you can simply enter a name that you would put in as a participant, and you can rename yourself along the line. We have the participant pod, which is available, which allows you to raise your hand, answer questions from the speaker, and give some speaker feedback. We also have the Zoom chat. In most cases, given the size of the session participation, we will not be able to accommodate live questions throughout the session, but rather a room monitor will be monitoring the chat and collecting the questions so that when you get to the Q&A portion of a session, the room monitor can then read those questions back. Users may have the ability to unmute themselves if there is a part of the session that becomes more interactive, or simply the speaker wants to be able to allow participants to ask questions through audio. In that particular case, you'll be given the opportunity to unmute yourself and then participate. At any point in time, you can leave the session if you like and return at another time. So again, this has covered the basic attendee experience of a Drupal GovCon virtual camp conference session. And again, to reiterate, you must have an account with the Drupal GovCon website, as well as a ticket for the 2020 event in order to access any of the links for all of the sessions this year. Please take a moment to review our YouTube overview for those of you looking to participate through YouTube. In addition, we also have Slack channels set up for every session track, so you can feel free to continue the conversation over in Slack for any questions that did not get answered here directly in the session, or simply to continue a conversation potentially with other participants. All of the Slack channels are linked to from the session tracks page, where you can quickly then access those individual Slack channels.